Hey everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Laura123 and this is going to be a book themed video. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a very proud bookworm. I love to read. I read every single day and I read all different types of books. I think that's a good thing, you know, to have an open mind and read lots of different genres and stuff. The only thing is I only read fiction. I don't read factual books. I just read fiction books. Anyway, so in this video I'm going to be doing bookish things basically. I have some new books that I'm going to show you, so kind of little mini book haul for you. And also my reading wrap up, what books I read in the month of September, and I read quite a few. So I had a kind of hit and miss with books in September. Some of the books I absolutely adored, like seriously loved, and some of the books I'm not so keen on, but that's the gamble you take, isn't it? Really, you're not going to love every book you read, and that is it. So yeah, I'm going to be telling you about the books. Now, some of them that I'm going to be talking about I do have here next to me, so I can show you the books, like hold them up. Others I haven't got anymore. I've either sold them on eBay or I've given them away to friends, so I haven't actually got a copy of them to show you. However, I do have my phone here and it is on my Goodreads app at the moment, so I'm going to read from that, and also I can show you the pictures of the book covers. So yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoy watching this video, by the way, and if you do, don't forget to click like, comment, share, subscribe and smash that notification bell. Then you can see when I've uploaded new content and also when I'm doing live streams. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to pop the glasses on because without them I can't read. By the way, sorry my hair is such a mess. I went out before and it was pouring rain and I literally got drenched, so my hair is just, it's horrible. I'm really sorry. And I went to put a hat on, but I thought it looked really silly with my glasses. Anyway, just have to deal with my messy hair. So let's start. I've got messy hair and I don't care. Okay, let's start with the reading wrap up. Now, this is quite a funny start to my reading wrap up. The first book I read in the month of September, apparently, on my Goodreads app. By the way, if you are on Goodreads and you want to follow me, please do. Come and be my Goodreads friend. On there you can see books I've read, books I want to read, and I'm currently reading, etc. So, it says on here, it was Snoopy Blasts Off by Charles M. Schulz. Now some people may say, why did you even put that on Goodreads? You're like, it's just a little kid's book. But I've got a reading challenge going on Goodreads. Every book, helps to get my reading challenge, which, by the way, my goal is 200 books this year. Probably not going to make it, so I reckon I'll probably end up about 150. That's my kind of goal at the moment, my doable goal. So yeah, every book counts. But anyway, so this is it. I have it here. Yes, I am 41 years old. Yes, this is a child's book, but here's the thing. We got this actually as a free gift in a McDonald's Happy Meal. So look, it's a pop-up and everything. It's just basically a cute little book about Snoopy the dog and space, and yeah, apparently it's in cooperation with NASA as well. So free. It's free in a Happy Meal from McDonald's. So yeah, that's a cute little book. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars on my Goodreads. So how do I rate on Goodreads, by the way, if you're interested? So one star is if I just hated the book, wasn't for me. 2 stars, I didn't like it, but I could see there was good style of writing, but it just wasn't for me. 3 stars is a book that I thought was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing, but it was, it was readable. It was okay. Obviously, if they're 1 and 2s, I do tend to just kind of either, give up reading it or skim just to the end to see what happens. But if it's a 3, in general, I have read the book. I've just not overly loved it. 4 is, a book that I've really, really liked, and I can't go as far as saying the love word, but I've really liked it, so it gets a 4 stars. But the big winner of my ratings is obviously the 5-star rating, because that means I genuinely have loved the story, loved the book, loved the characters, just love everything about it, and it gets a 5 stars. So that's how I kind of rate. Some people say that, if you don't like a book, you shouldn't give it a 1 star because, that the author has wrote it, and I kind of get where they're coming from. But for me, if I've read a book and I've just not liked it and I've just stopped reading it, I can't give it any more than 1 star. I just can't. So, that's my theory behind voting the books on Goodreads. Anyway, so the next book I read, I've gone from Snoopy which was really cute, to Within These Walls. Within These Walls was by Anaya Alburn. I'm not going to go into every single book, you know, in detail of what I've read, because I do want to show you my new books and read a bit about them as well. So I'm just going to kind of say a little bit. If you want to find out more about the books that I mentioned, what I'm going to do in the description box to this video down below, I'm going to put links to all these books on Goodreads, so you can read up more about them, see other people's reviews, things like that. So yeah, Within These Walls was a really, really spooky book about a cult leader, and it's just so creepy. It was like one of the creepiest books I've read. And when I got to that last page, which I'm not going to give any spoilers, by the way, I was like, oh, it just really creeped me out. But it was really good. I give it a 5-star rating. So I can show you the picture of the cover here if my phone decides to work. There we go. As you can see, there's a spooky girl there standing behind a really kind of old curtain. Really, really good. If you like kind of horror books, I recommend this. Obviously we're in the month of October now, so spooky books are the way at the moment. I mean, to be fair, I read spooky books all year round, but yeah. But yeah, this was really spooky, and obviously got that cult element as well, so really worth checking out. Okay, next book I read was Majesty by Catherine McGee. This is number 2 in the American Royals series. I'm really hoping there's going to be a number 3. But at the moment, like the author, Catherine McGee, is saying that there's only going to be like the duology of the 2 books. But I don't know, I've got a good feeling, because it's quite a popular book series, that she might do another book. There's definitely room at the end, without giving spoilers, that there could be another book kind of thing. So I can see it now, the way the characters will do their certain things. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be American Royals number 3. But yeah, this is Majesty, and it was, here's the picture of it. It was the sequel to, as I say, American Royals, and it was absolutely brilliant. Basically, America have a royal family. So, you know, I mean, our royal family here in the UK have so much drama going on, don't they, really, over the years? So you can imagine an American royal family, you know, more glamour, more glitz, but lots of drama as well. So yeah, really loved that one. As I say, gave it a 5-star rating. Now the next book I read was The Burning Kingdoms by Sally Green. Just bring that picture up here. There we go. There it is. That's not actually the cover I had. That's like the American cover. I didn't get that cover. I had one, it was like purple, which I sold on eBay, so I can't show it to you. I actually prefer the American cover, which I have to say really quickly with books, whenever I see them online and stuff, I always tend to prefer the American book covers than the English book covers. I don't know why in England we get a little bit of, you know, a boring cover, whereas in America they tend to get all the better covers. It's not fair. Anyway, I suppose it's the content inside that matters more. But yeah, so this is The Smoke Thieves, number 3. It was the final in the trilogy, and I give it a 4 out of 5. Which was quite sad, because the other 2 I'd both give a 5 to. But yeah, it kind of tied up all the loose ends, as you do with the end of a series. But I just didn't feel it as much as I did the other 2. You know, obviously I can't say too much about it because it's in a series. I don't want to give spoilers. But, you know, some of the characters that I'd got to know in the first 2 books, they weren't in the last book as much, and I don't know, there was just something about it, but it was still really well wrote, and it was a nice, as I say, tied up all the loose ends. You found out what happened, and I'm not going to say if it's a happy ending or a sad ending. You'll have to read it. But yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5, which is pretty good still, but just kind of lacked something for me. Now, this next book I'm going to show you, I've actually got here, and this book is literally, I would have to say, one of my favourite books I've ever read, and that is a big thing. It's a big thing for me to say as a bookworm who, you know, reads a lot of books, okay? I literally have read so many books. So I've got it here. Where are you, book? Here we go. This is by... and I also want to give a shout out to the lovely author of this book, which is Liza Weimer. This book is called The Assignment. Now, I actually did a whole video about this book, which I don't normally do, like standalone book videos, like book reviews, but this book really touched my heart, it touched my soul, and I just loved it, and I really, really want other people to read it. If you're watching this video and you like reading books, please read this one. It's a must read book, like seriously. And the author is such a lovely lady. I've been talking to her on Instagram. She took the time out to message me and stuff, and she's just a lovely lady. I want to read all her books now, you know. She's just such a lovely lady. It's such a good author, and this story is just so amazing. I've actually got some notes here on my phone because I didn't want to forget. So yeah, this book is for people who really want to kind of stand up to, you know, speak up against hatred and injustice. You know, there's too many people who see all the bad stuff happen and they don't say anything. Well, this book is you know, about standing up for what you believe, standing up to the hate. And, you know, it's also a really nice kind of book about family and friendship and, you know, just... I can't even... I'll put the link down below to the video I did about this video. I did a solo video for it, as I say, but it's so good. It's so good, and it really makes you think about, like, the Holocaust and, you know, what people went through then and what people are still going through now. You know, all the hate that people have to deal with. And, you know, it's actually based on a true story. Basically, there was this teacher and he did an assignment, hence the title. The Assignment. By the way, I love that cover. It's a cool cover. But yeah, he did an assignment about the final solution and Hitler and the Nazis. And, you know, these two students stand up against this assignment because it's just a horrible... I won't ruin it too much because I want you to read the book, but it's just a horrible assignment that he wanted the students to do, and they didn't feel in their heart it was right. And so it's about that, but it's also about a lot more as well, you know. So read it. It's amazing. It's without a doubt one of the best books I've ever read. So go grab a copy of The Assignment by the very lovely Eliza Weimer. There we go. Okay, so I give that 5 stars, obviously. Without a doubt, that got a 5-star rating for me. Sadly, the next book didn't get a 5-star rating. So I'd gone from the amazing book of The Assignment, which, by the way, needs to be published here in the UK. Can I just say that? Anyone who's, you know, anyone, please publish this book in the United Kingdom. We need this book. I managed to get this on eBay, by the way, and I had to pay to get it shipped over from America, but we need it published here in the UK. Booksellers, publishers, whoever. Sell this book in the UK. Anyway, just wanted to say that. But the next book I read was not so good. It was by Lauren James, and it was called The Reckless Afterlife of Harriet Stoker. Unfortunately, I only give this book 1 star. And I do feel really bad about that, but I just thought it wasn't very good. I'm sorry, in my opinion. The way that this book, you know, was hyped up, you know, and the cover of it even, if I show you the book cover here, it was just kind of making it look like it was going to be, like, really spooky and dark. And, you know, I just thought, oh, this is great. I've loved Lauren James books. I've read quite a few of them. And I had such high hopes for this, but I just found this book really silly. It wasn't scary in the slightest. It just didn't do anything for me at all. I just didn't enjoy it, I'm afraid. So, yeah, I just give it a 1 star. It's about this girl, and she dies, and she's in this old abandoned place, and she ends up with these ghosts. And I don't know, I can't even describe it. It just wasn't very good to me. You might like it. I didn't like it. Okay, the next book I did love. This is The Lost Book of the White by the amazing Cassandra Clare and Wesley, if it comes up here, there we go, Wesley Chu and Cassandra Clare. So this was good. This is the #2 book in the Eldest Curses series. Now, I am a huge fan of all Mortal Instruments books. I love all the Shadowhunter world, and I love Magnus Bane. Magnus Bane is, without a doubt, one of my favourite book characters in book series ever. I just love him. He's so cool and magical and flamboyant and caring, but a little bit kind of, you know, devilish as well. There's just everything about him. And this book obviously focused on him, and there's a lost book, and they have to have lots of, like, adventures, and, you know, it is fun. It's still, for me, not as good as the actual Mortal Instruments series, like the Shadowhunter series. This is like a kind of, you know, alone series, if that makes sense, like little extra series that they do. But it was good. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. As I say, any book with Magnus in is always going to be a big thing for me to want to read about. There's some romance in it as well, which is nice. But number 3, which I can't remember the name of number 3. Hold on, I'm going to look at this up. Number 3 sounds even better. The way that this book ended, without giving any spoilers, was so good that I honestly think like book 3 is just going to be amazing. It's so good. Oh, there we go. Number 3 is called The Black Volume of the Dead. Apparently, that is the title. I didn't know that. The Black Volume of the Dead. I won't say anything apart from demons. It's going to be a hell of a lot of demons. Oh, a hell of a lot of demons. Did you get that? Hell of a lot. Anyway, so that, yeah, 4 out of 5. It was good. I did love it, but I didn't love it. Anyway, next book I read was an absolutely amazing thriller called You Are Not Alone, and that was by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Is that Pekkanen? I give this a 5-star rating. This was so good. So they wrote the book The Wife Between Us, and they also wrote An Anonymous Girl. Now, I haven't read The Wife Between Us yet, but I do want to read that. But I have read An Anonymous Girl, which was amazing. If you like those really kind of deep psychological thrillers, I really recommend you check out their books. They write together, and they are just writing together so well. So this one, I'm trying to remember what this was about, because obviously I read so many books I can't remember everything about each book, but I know I love this. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Shay Miller wants to find love, but it eludes her. She wants to be fulfilled, but her job is a dead end. She wants to belong, but her life is increasingly lonely. And then she meets the Moore sisters, Cassandra and Jane. They live this really kind of glamorous lifestyle. They always get what they want in life, and they invite Shay into their circle. Everything seems to get better. Shay would die for them to like her. She may have to. It was really, really good. I love the glamorous girls and their other friends who are all involved in whatever's going on. I won't ruin it, but it was really good. I loved it. So You Are Not Alone, I give a 5-star rating to. After that one, I read Cinderella is Dead by Kalin Bayron. Now, this one is quite a big book. I think a lot of you have heard of this book. It's been really hyped up everywhere. Really lovely cover as well. I really enjoyed this book. It's kind of a dark fairy tale with a twist. It was kind of like a remake of Cinderella, but with another kind of vibe to the story. Obviously, the original story of Cinderella was in it, but with a modern twist on it. LGBTQ themed book as well, which was good. And the main character was lovely, and I liked her adventure and what she had to do to get where she wanted to be. You know, she was a 16-year-old girl, but I felt her character seemed both kind of vulnerable but strong at the same time, which I really liked. I like reading characters who, you know, are not ashamed to show their vulnerability and their softer side, but also, you know, tough, kick-ass kind of, you know, girls and stuff, you know. So it was a nice kind of fresh take on a classic story, and really enjoyed it. Definitely a kind of girl power book, that one. So yeah, gave that a 5-star rating. Next up, I had another 5-star rating, and it was by Kit Frick, called I Killed Zoe Spanos. Now this was good. I loved this book. I sold this book on eBay, so I can't show it to you. But it was really, really good. As I say, I give it a high rating. This was a gripping thriller. So it says 2 teens whose lives become linked when one confesses to murder and the other becomes determined to uncover the real truth, no matter the cost. So, you know, when someone's saying they committed a murder, this other girl who does a podcast about like murders and stuff is like, no, this did not happen. She's not the murderer, and she sets out to prove that the girl who's kind of claiming she's the killer isn't the killer, and they all kind of, their lives intertwine and stuff. There's a lot more secrets and lies going on as well. Really good. Really, really good book. Loved it. Now, the next book, oh my days, I love this book so freaking much. It's called The Thursday Murder Club. Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I give this book a 5 out of 5 rating. Now, Richard Osman, if you don't know, here in the UK, is quite a big star. Here in England, he presents a big game show on BBC One called Pointless. I don't watch Pointless, but my mum does. She loves it. But yeah, he's a really kind of intelligent guy, does a lot of like factual books as well, quiz books. But he kind of tried writing a fictional story instead. And yeah, it was amazing. Like, I literally loved it. It was so good, and it is going to be a series, which I'm happy about. Originally it was going to be just a standalone book, but then they said no, actually it's gone on really well, let's make a series. He enjoyed writing it, so yeah, it's going to be a series. Can't wait for number 2. I literally can't wait. Also, I did read that Steven Spielberg, the amazing Steven Spielberg, has bought the rights to this and is going to turn it into a film. How cool would that be? I'm really excited about this. Now, if you like thrillers, literally check out this book. And the thing is, it's a thriller, mystery, crime book, right? But it's also very funny and very warm, and that's not kind of things that you'd normally put together with a thriller. You know, warm and cosy and funny, murder. It doesn't normally go, but in this book it does. So basically, really quickly, it's about this group of OAPs who live on this complex in England, and basically everyone thinks they're nice little old people, but behind the scenes they put their puzzle board away and they start doing true crime investigations. So every Thursday night they meet up in the room, and they talk about like cold cases and try and solve these mysteries as like a hobby for them, basically. And then yeah, basically there are actual murders that happen like to people they know, and they decide to kind of become detectives for real. Instead of just doing it as a hobby, it's like real life, real stuff happening right near them. So really, really good. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to watch a film of it and read the next book of it. So yeah, Thursday Murder Club, 5 stars, Richard Osman. Literally, please, everyone read this book. It's so good. I love it. Next book I read I have got here, so I can show you. I hope you're enjoying this video, by the way. I am rambling quite a bit. I apologise, but I'm a rambler. What can I say? This book here, this is The Unadoptables by Hannah Took. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this was a book that I got literally because I loved the cover. I was in Waterstones, I saw the cover of this book, and I just thought it looked so beautiful. If I show you under the dust jacket here, you can see. And I just read the story and I thought, yeah, that sounds really cute. It is a children's book, I know. But look, I am an adult, and I do sometimes read, children's books, young adult books. To me, a book's a book. If I like it, I like it. I don't care if there's like an age on it. Do you know what I mean? However, I did find this book a little too young even for me. Which doesn't make any sense after what I've just said, but sometimes I read kids books and young adult books, and they feel fine. This one felt really, really young, and I just it's about this this orphanage where kids are left on the doorstep. These kids here, and they've all got a bit of something different about them. And the lady in charge is a bit like the woman in Annie. Do you remember Annie, the musical? And she's not a very nice lady, and she's horrible to them and stuff, and she picks on them, and she calls them the unadoptable children. Of all the kids that she's got there, because they're a bit different, she calls them unadoptable. Now, I actually went online to see other people's reviews of this book afterwards, and it wasn't good. People were really going, really nasty about this book, especially about the title called The Unadoptables, i.e. the message behind it isn't particularly great, because they're saying in the book, if they're a bit different, one of them had a disability and one of them, this and that, they're unadoptable, which is clearly not the case. People who, are different still get adopted, are still loved, and are still amazing people and amazing children. So I can get where they're coming from with the title and stuff. But I just didn't enjoy it. So I didn't end up carrying on reading it, to be honest. But, it says here, unconventional, unforgettable, undefeated, unafraid. It might be for you. I don't know, but it wasn't for me, I'm afraid, so I couldn't really give that a very high rate, and it only got a 2 star. So right, next book I have got here as well. This is If You See Her by Nia Albon. This is an American book, so it's very floppy. Honestly, English books, American books are completely different. Like, the American books always look like this. They're always really floppy. I got it on eBay really cheap because it had been out for ages. So this was the same author that wrote Within These Walls, which I absolutely loved, as we said, with a cult and the horror stuff, right? So I bought another couple of books by her on eBay. I've got the other one here, which I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, this book was about these three friends, three guys, and they used to go to this like abandoned building when they were kids, and as teenagers as well. And then weird stuff started happening there, and then one of them killed himself there. And then years later, one of the friends, who's a YouTuber, visited like abandoned buildings and stuff for his channel, and he wanted to kind of go back to this, you know, building where it all happened, and they lost their friend. There's obviously a spooky twist to it. There's like a girl who looks like all like creepy and stuff. So it sounded really great. I was like, wow, that sounds my cup of tea. But sadly, as I was reading it, I just found it really predictable, and it was nowhere near as good as Within These Walls. That was amazing. It was all right, but it just, I don't know. It was very predictable. But if you like a creepy book, you know, you might like it. You might like it. So yeah, I only give that one 3 stars. So the next book I read, I haven't got, unfortunately, because I did sell it on eBay. That is Clown in a Cornfield. I can show you the picture though of the cover. Here it is, Clown in a Cornfield. Now, I really, really wanted to love this book. It sounded so good. Everyone was hyping it up. I was like, yay. Managed to get it on eBay because I had trouble getting it. So it's by Adam Cesare or something. Unfortunately, I started off really liking it, and then I don't know what happened. Like, it just kind of, it was going at a normal pace, and then halfway through the book just kind of went, you know, everything was really fast action, and I just found it all a bit unbelievable. It was a bit too much. Didn't really get to know the characters that well. It was kind of like, here's a few pages of introducing the characters, and now, you know, this is going to happen to them. So you can't really build a rapport and relationship up with those characters if, you know, you don't really get much time to get to know them. Yeah, it was just really weird. I can't describe it. It was about this girl and her dad. They'd moved to this area. The area all seemed a bit like, it seems all a bit kind of weird. There's a kind of, I don't know, it's a mixture of Children of the Corn, It, and to me a little bit Stranger Things as well vibe going on. I don't know what to say about it. It was just really weird. There was these people dressed up as clowns who like go and kill the young people. I don't know. It's just really weird. Yeah. So I'm afraid I couldn't really give it much. I'd give it a 3 star, but I think I was being generous there. But it was just a bit weird. But if you like those kind of slasher, spooky stories and clowns, maybe you'll like it. I don't know. But I just found it a bit all too much, a bit too frantic and a bit weird. Anyway, the next book I have here, and I'm actually selling this on eBay at the moment, so hopefully I'll sell it. It is the special limited edition one as well, with the yellow sprayed edges. This is by Garth Nix, and it's called The Left-Handed Booksellers of London. Now, this is a book that, once again, I was really excited for, and I got it, and I just didn't like it. I had to give it up halfway, actually, because basically he does a lot of kid books, like a lot of like young children books, I think, like fantasy and, you know, that kind of thing. And this is his first kind of adult book by the looks of it. That's what I read up, and it said it was one of his first adult books or something. I don't know, it was like the booksellers were also magicians. This girl was looking for her dad, and he was looking for someone who had killed his mum. They were magicians, but they were also booksellers. It was all a bit odd. I couldn't get into it, and I love my fantasy books, you know, but it all just felt a bit weird, and also really rushed as well, like Clown in a Cornfield. Like, you didn't have long enough to get to know the characters before everything starts happening, kind of thing. So yeah, I didn't feel it. And also, it's supposed to be for adults, but I felt this was more a young adult book. I didn't feel this was an adult book. So when I looked up on some reviews, people had also said the same thing, that this was supposed to be more kind of mature, an adult theme, but it just felt very young for me, which isn't a problem. As I say, I read young adult books, but because I thought this would be an adult themed one, I thought it'd be a little bit more dark, you know, but it wasn't. So yeah, I had to give that one up, I'm afraid. What did I rate it? 2 star. 2 star. Now, the next book I did give a 5 star to. Yay. And I do have it here to show you. This is also a book I'm selling on eBay. Can we just say how cool this book cover is, though? You've got like 4 book covers on one. It's really cool. I've never seen a book like this. So this is actually a signed copy. So I hope it sells well on eBay because, you know, it's a signed version. So it's by Kate Reed Perry. It's called True Story. This book, literally, I got to the end. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but this book, whoa, I got to the end and my head was like, what? How did that just happen? I read so many thrillers, you know, and dark books that I kind of, sometimes I do guess, you know, who's the baddie, who's the goodie, etc. And the storyline and stuff, the twists, you know, I kind of see them coming. This twist in this book, which you don't find out till literally the very end, I did not see coming. And when I was reading it, I sat there, I was with Nathan, my fiance, for those don't, you know, don't know. And I said, and he's like, "You're right." I was like, "No, this," and I told him what happened in the book. I've never had a twist like that. I really did not see that coming. It was really good. So I will read you this bit here to show you what it's about. But it says, after a college party, 2 boys drive a girl home, drunk and passed out in the back seat. Rumours spread about what they did to her, but later they tell the police a different version of events. Alice will never remember what truly happened. Her fracture runs deep, hidden beneath cleverness and wry humour. Nick, a sensitive, misguided boy who stood by, will never forget. That's just the beginning of this extraordinary journey into memory, fear and self-betrayal. Through university applications, a terrifying abusive relationship, a fateful reckoning with addiction and a final mind-bending twist. Yes, Alice and Nick will take on different roles to each other, some real, some invented, until finally brought face to face once again. The secret of that night is revealed. So yeah, this is wrote in so many different formats. There's like scripts, there's like everything. It's just so interesting, and just, yeah, really thought-provoking and really good twist at the end. So really recommend that. Go read it. True story. I did, of course, as I say, give that a 5-star rating. Next up is, oh, we're up to date, I think. Wow. Okay, City of Girls. Right, this is somewhere here. Here it is. Now, this book I've wanted to read for ages. It's not my normal cup of tea, but I'd heard a lot of good things about it. I found it on eBay really cheap, like second hand, so I ordered it and stuff. Now, this is by Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. I've never read the book. Never watched the film. I know it's a, you know, it's a big hit and stuff, but I thought it sounded good because everyone was saying it sounded very similar-ish on that theme of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Is that her name? Taylor Jenkins Reid? I think so. Anyway, but now that book I absolutely loved. It was glamorous and the main character was amazing, and you found out about all her past and her love life and everything. So I assumed this book was going to be pretty similar, which I suppose it kind of was in the theory of it, but to me, I didn't find the main character as exciting, and it was very... Look, I'm no prude, by the way. Can I just say that? I'm no prude. But it was very intimate details about intimate stuff, which I found a bit like too much information. You don't need to know that. Basically, it all starts with this woman who writes to this, the main character, who's like in her 80s now. And she's just kind of saying, look, my mum's died, my dad's died. Can you now tell me the relationship you had with my father? And the whole book is basically like a 500-page letter back. And instead of just saying what happened between her and this woman's dad, she just kind of spoke all about herself and what happened when she was young and different men she'd been with. And I don't know, I just, you know, just say what happened with your dad. That's all you needed to say. But anyway, it wasn't for me. I did end up just like skimming to the end to see what happened. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. You might like it. You know, it's a big hit. Loads of people love it. I just didn't. So, anyway, that is where I am. My current book I'm reading now, one of my viewers actually recommended to me. So, I do actually listen. When people recommend books to me, whether it's on here, in comments, or on Instagram and stuff like that, I do actually listen to people's, you know, recommendations. So, this is by Robin Stevens, and it's called Murder Most Unladylike. Definitely something I am unladylike, unfortunately. But yeah, I love it. It's a series. You know, I assume it's like older children, young adults. That's what I'm thinking. But it's a series. I think there's like 9 or 10 books in the series, and it's brilliant. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm currently on page 121. I might get it finished today. There's not that much left. I might get it finished today. Anyway, but yeah, this is a series about these 2 girls who are boarding school together, and they do like private detective work. They're private detectives. I think they fancy themselves as a little bit Sherlock Holmes and Watson. It's so funny, but also like you've got that mystery and crime aspect to it as well. Normally at their school, they've only done cases like, you know, looking for a missing tie or something, you know, but now one of the teachers has been found dead, and they are on the case. I just love it. I think it's brilliant. So the main characters are Hazel Wong and Daisy Wells, and you obviously get to meet their friends, and you get to find out about the teachers. There's a really lovely little map in here as well of the school. I'd never heard of this series. Only till one of my viewers said, "Oh, you know, you really should read it. I think you'd love it." Look, there's a little map here of the school. It's so fun. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, I no doubt will get the rest of the book series because I think it's brilliant. So that is my current read. I don't know yet, but I reckon it's going to be a 5-star. I predict a 5-star. So really quickly, I'm just going to show you my new books that I've got. By the way, if you want to support me and my channel, why don't you think about becoming a channel member? Yes, for as little as £1 or $1 a month, you can become a channel member here, part of the 123 family. So just press the join button now for more information. You get early access to videos, you get special like community posts and pictures that I put up for members only. You get to use the Minxie emojis in chat rooms and premiere chat rooms and stuff. So yeah, become a member. It's all good. Okay, so let me quickly show you the books that I've got here. These are my new books that I've got. I will be getting the Victoria Schwab book on the 5th. I can't wait to read that. Victoria Schwab is without a doubt one of my favourite authors of all time. She's got a new book coming out, and I'm going to be getting that. But I can't show you it because I haven't got it yet. But when I get it, I'll show you. Anyway, so this is The Mermaid, the Witch and the Sea by Maggie Tukador. Is that Hall? Really loving this cover. Really loving this cover. This is a young adult book. You've got the whole thing going on. All the things I love. Mermaids, witches, pirates, you know, kind of fantasy, adventure. I love reading about pirates and you know, stuff like that. It's just going to be awesome. So, yeah, really looking forward to read this one. Also, I have this one here. Now, this one is going to be my next read. This is my next book, without a doubt. Pick this up on eBay, you know, cheap as chips. This is called Little Creeping Things by Chelsea Ichasodo. I can never say people's names. Ichaso, I don't know. Anyway, the reason why I like this book is it's supposed to be really creepy and spooky and a thriller as well. I love my thrillers. And it's got a really spooky doll on the cover with like a little teardrop coming out of her eye. I was like, yes, this is for me. This is for me. I'm going to read about spooky stuff. And the fact that there's a creepy doll on the cover, it's all good. It says here, I've been trying to convince myself I'm not a killer. They'll never believe it now. So yeah, this is going to be my next book after the one I'm reading. Also, we have the Poundland Bargain. Yes, if you like books, look in Poundland. You can find yourself some good books for just £1. It's a bargain. This is Melmoth by Sarah Perry. She wrote The Essex Serpent, which I haven't read, but it's supposed to be really, really good. Anyway, so yeah, this sounds dark as anything, really spooky. I am going to try and read this month because obviously it's Halloween and I like reading spooky stuff in October. Well, as I said before, I read spooky stuff all year round, but there's something extra special about reading spooky stuff in October. Anyway, but yeah, this lady finds, her name's Helen, and she finds this manuscript. It's this really weird, strange manuscript. It comes into her possession, and its contents have the power to unravel every strand of a fragile safety net, filled with testimonies from the darkest chapters of human history, which all record sightings of a tall, silent woman in black with unblinking eyes and bleeding feet. It's gonna be a creepy read. let's be honest. So that's that one. And I've got two more here. This is Look For Me by Lisa Gardner, which I got in a charity shop for £1, which is brilliant. Look, £1 for a book. Really, really good bargain. So this says The Perfect Daughter or The Perfect Killer. Now, originally when I got this, I just thought it was a standalone thriller, but it's not. It's actually part of a series. So, I mean, I don't think it'll be too much of an issue, because normally with like detective series books, like each story kind of is a separate case kind of thing, so that's all right. So it says here, family home has become a crime scene. 5 people are involved. 4 of them, mother, stepfather, daughter, son, have been savagely murdered. And the 5th is the eldest daughter who has gone missing. So did she escape, or is her absence evidence of something much more sinister? Detective Dee Warren is on the case, as is survivor turned avenger Flora Dane. Together they must make sense of the clues left behind by a 16-year-old girl who is a victim or suspect, is silently pleading, look for me. So that sounds really, really good. So, oh, and the other one I've got to show you here quickly is Brother by Anaya Alban. That was the other book I picked up on eBay from that author. This is really creepy and dark. It's about a serial killer family. One of the serial killer's sons is kind of, you know, not wanting to be part of that horrible lifestyle anymore. He meets a young girl and he wants to just kind of, you know, have a normal relationship and friendships and just be, you know, not a bad person anymore. But his family are kind of pressuring him, and it does sound quite dark, so if that's not your thing, it's probably not for you. But yeah, we'll see. It says it's very unconventional and deeply disturbing. Wish me luck. So there we go. That is that. They are all the books I've got to show you. I'm just going to quickly look on Goodreads here. As I say, the link to my Goodreads is down below, so have a look at that. And come and follow me, come and add me. I've just got some books here I've got on my want to read list. I've got The Yearbook by Holly Bourne, which doesn't come out until May next year. I've got Horrid by Katrina Leno. That sounds super creepy. I'm really thinking of reading these Uglies series by Scott Westerfield. That sounds pretty cool, and they're making it into a TV show as well. Then I've got Thoughts and Prayers by Brian Bliss, and actually, yeah, this is the book I've ordered on eBay. I'm waiting for it to turn up any day in the post. It's The Coast to Coast Murders by James Patterson. I am a massive fan of James Patterson books, so another thriller on the way for me. Also, I've got these 2 books here if I want to read. I'm not sure, because I've heard some like bad reviews on them, but The House on Cold Hill by Peter James, and then the newest one is The Secret of Cold Hill. Spooky house, lots of stuff happening in it. Some people say it's really good, some people like not so much. Then I've got Daughter of the Reich, which is quite a dark read, obviously. The Black Veins by Aisha Monet. Naomi Novik's Uprooted. What else have we got? Oh, and the brand new book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is out next year, Malibu Rising. So there we go. Woo! I take my glasses off now. I've probably got a big old mark. Sorry, the lighting is really bad in here. I need to start filming with my camera light on, because it looks really dark and grainy and my hair's a mess, and yeah. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video, got some ideas for books you want to read, and as I say, don't forget to please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to smash the notification bell, and please check out my other YouTube channel, which is Minxlaura123 ASMR, and also don't forget my social media. Come and follow me at Minxlaura123 on Instagram, at Minxlaura123 on Twitter, and Instagram is Minxlaura123. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Happy reading, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.